Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. We're getting the victim in this video. I'm 100% sure. I believe there's less than 2 hours left until Deadly Life, so we're just gonna get right into it. I'm very nervous. We're in a free time event right now. I don't know who I want to find. We could talk to Lyra. Okay, so what the hell just happened? Yeah, that meeting was pretty intense, huh? No, not that. Huh? First Alora, then Fu? What the hell is... He came to you too? What do you mean too? You seriously fell for that shit? Well, did you at least get something out of it? I can't talk about it. Typical. Just hope you don't get scammed. Me too. Well, good luck with that. I gotta get this done. I'll talk to you later, alright? I need to find Z right now. Right. Good luck. I should leave her to it. Is there someone, a specific person I'm supposed to be talking to? Because it was a free time event, but... Goodness, sorry. The sound effects? What is the sound effect? This is so loud. So loud. Alright, if I portion up this and then... No, I can't take a break now. That's preposterous. I need to ensure. Thinking out loud over there, Dr. Elenius? Kutsuki, apologies. Can I help you? No, I'm just a little worried. You seem a little overwhelmed. I'm quite alright, really. I'm on top of these things. Really? Really. I woke up early specifically to meal prep and attend my dare, just in case anything came up today that would require my attention. Unfortunately, it seems several things came up. But at least my plan with Takahiro was a success. Of course. It's better if everyone in the prison gets along. It was just a basic safety procedure. Was that really it? Regardless, I can at least take some solace in knowing that plan succeeded. And the other plans will succeed too. I promise. You're doing the best you can, really. I think it's okay if you take a pause. You're not going to work half as well if you're constantly working yourself to your limit. I suppose so. Well, I could always work on this while we talk if you'd like to chat, Kutsuki. Sure. That sounds nice. It'll really help me out too. Very well. I was here hanging out with Dr. Elenius once again. I hadn't been able to come up with a solution to her major concern about being mistrusted, at least not one that took her massively away from her work. But I didn't want to disappoint her, especially not after she was working so hard for us. Kutsuki. Yes? How are you today? Fairly good. Is everything alright with you? Of course. I've actually made quite the progress on my alternative escape plan. I would disclose details to you or the wider group, but I'm uncertain if that's a wise idea. Do you think the others would do something to mess it up? Partly. But my primary concern is the plan being caught on record, and the captors interfering and stopping it. So I'm going to keep the details confidential for now. That seems to be for the best. I'm sure the others will understand. That still remains my primary roadblock. Are you still concerned about them believing you're scheming something? Indeed. I think my secrecy is working to my detriment. I suppose, despite its national acclaim, very few people know the details of the Wonder Child project outside of you. So many might see my isolation as deliberate instead of an attempt to focus on finding a way to prevent casualties. I suppose if you don't know my capabilities, one is likely to assume the worst. Right. The Wonder Child project. A project to show the influence of nurture in raising a child. A set of child psychologists specifically planned their entire child's life out before birth and hypothesized their specific program would lead to rapid academic and cognitive development in a child. They used their own child in the experiment, Alora Alenius. And I suppose the results speak for themselves. I wonder if we did her free time event before we found out about her twin sister, if it would have been more impactful to find that stuff out. I'm sure they won't make any silly assumptions if you made more of an effort to socialize with others. I know you don't particularly want to step away from your work for a long time, but even just making casual conversation at breakfast could do wonders. I suppose. But I've never particularly been great at socializing for the sake of just socializing. Don't get any misconceptions. I'm perfectly fine when it comes to conducting myself for business proposals or lectures. Why, I was even praised for my clear presentation in boards meetings. But it's another thing to make small talk. I can handle the usual formalities, but when it gets to more than that, I'm not sure what to say. Dr. Alenius, please excuse me if this is an offensive question, but are you shy by any chance? Perhaps a little. In certain circumstances, yes. I've always found no trouble speaking with those older than me. Given my exceptional progress from a young age, I could articulate myself fairly maturely and professionally, which was often very impressive to older academics or potential employers. But that maturity, while exceedingly useful, has left me a bit out of the loop with those my age. I can imagine why, but I can assure you it isn't too difficult. I'm sure it isn't, but it's still slightly uncomfortable for me. When I was younger, I used to resent that I didn't quite understand how to talk to people my age. I took that out as seeing very little value in speaking to any of them, believing there was no insightful or productive conversation to be had with them. So I suppose I have no one to blame for my perpetual self-isolation than myself. That sounds a little lonely. I'm sorry. No, I'm quite content in my own company. I just regret being so dismissive. In the short term, it allowed me to focus more on progressing my education and career, which has been incredibly beneficial. But it's made casual socialization quite the chore, which usually would not present a problem, but in trust-based situations like this, it's become fairly problematic. Well, you're talking to me just fine, aren't you? You're right. I suppose I am. I'll leave you to your work, Dr. Alenius. I wish you the best of luck. Stay safe, Kutsuki. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at breakfast soon. Very well. I'll see you then. I left Dr. Alenius to her work. She still admittedly intimidated me quite a bit. But I started feeling more confident around her. It put me a lot more at ease to know someone like her also had insecurities. Perhaps it would be a good idea to talk to her more soon. Cute. Acquaintances. I like that. That was cute. Luckily, being able to distract myself made the afternoon come faster than I'd expected. I'd initially planned to spend the rest of my day continuing to be cooped up in my cell, hoping that Fu would uphold his promise of having someone watch over Maiko. I could talk to her tomorrow, explain everything then. It would all be okay then. She'd forgive me, she'd understand it was for my dare. However, my plan to stay inside was interrupted as I heard commotion ongoing outside my cell. Two people appeared to be arguing. My curiosity got the better of me, and I stepped out. I stood on the upper railings, looking down at the two figures below, Fu and Takiko.
Seriously?
Just do it. You sure about this, kid? Last chance to back out. I can't exactly back out now. You already told me that secret. You said it yourself. A deal's a deal. So you think that she took him up on the offer to tell her to share Maiko's secret? I'm very curious. I want to know what it is. Well, you know, I'm an honest man. If you want to back out and pay for it some other way, I'm not going to fault you. Just get it over with. This is easiest. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want anyone else to have anything above me. It seemed Fu had continued his train of making deals and bargains with others, this time preying on Takiko. I considered intervening, but I believed it would cause more issues. The best course of action seemed to be waiting until anything actually happened. Then I could intervene and catch him in the act. You're tougher than I thought, kid. Well, hey, it's your choice, if you're so certain. Just cut to the chase. Get it over with. What are they talking about? Fu seemed to hesitate for a moment. What are you waiting for? You asked to do this. We can get this over quickly here. Takiko pointed to a certain part of her body. I couldn't exactly tell where she was pointing to from my perspective. If you do it here, it won't cause any issues, so just get it over with. Right. No need to be so eager. Before I could process what was happening, Fu pulled out a knife, pressing it against the spot Takiko had pointed to. He stayed there for a moment, gritting his teeth. What the heck? What? Hey, kid. You sure you don't want to change into something else first? I don't want to ruin your dress. It looks expensive. Are you serious? Just get it over with. I just want it to be done. Right, yeah. Wait, was he going to... What the heck is this? What? Just do it. What's the holdup? I couldn't just stand by and watch this. I raced down the stairs to try to help, but before I could, Fu's shaking hand took the knife and dropped it to the ground. He turned his face away from Takiko, moving his hand through his hair nervously before the grown man dropped to his knees.
Wang?
God damn it. I can't do this. I can't.
What are you?
This awful, rotten world. God, I've seen so much. I've seen what this world does to girls like you. Girls who aren't doing anything but trying to live. I've seen so many different horrible things people do. And it's everywhere. And it's everyone. The kindest guy you know can do the most despicable things behind closed doors. It makes me sick. And they treat it like a joke. Like it's fun. It's... God damn it. And you have to smile and laugh at all these filthy, money-hungry pigs in suits trying to pretend you don't think they're pure scum. Those bastards. I'm so scared. I'm fucking terrified that my Tian has to grow up in a world like this. This world is so cruel and unfair to you girls. There's so many things that can hurt you. That can hurt Tian. I never want to be one of those things. Never. I can't bring myself to make this world harder for you. No. Especially when it's practically already hell for you.
Do you think this is like his dare? Like, why is he doing this? Why? What?
I'm not a good dad. Not at all. I know that, but I can't die here. I can't. I've got to get out to make sure I can protect Tian from a world like this. At the very least. I'm sorry, kid. I can't do it. I'll let this game make me into whatever it wants. But I draw the line at this.
Fu couldn't even bring himself to look at Takiko, keeping his head in his hands. That was until the rental sister gently reached out and put a hand on the top of his head, patting it a little.
It's okay. I don't blame you.
Wang, I'll be honest. I don't really like you. I figured. I can't forgive you for stabbing Sugi. I never will, but I respect that you're willing to fight for Tian, more than you could ever know. I wish my dad was half as willing to fight for me. Kid. Don't pity me. It's okay, really. If he was still around, I probably wouldn't have my talent. Don't you think that would have been a good thing? I mean, absolutely not financially, but it isn't fair that all that was placed on you so young. Not really, but to say the truth, I do love my talent with my whole heart and soul. It's tiring. I feel like giving up a lot, but I wasn't a very happy child growing up. My talent helps me spread just a little bit of happiness in the world, however I can. This world is cruel, hard, and doesn't care. Some people don't deserve happiness. Not at all. But I like giving it to people who deserve it. I like giving people the motivation to even just go outside and live. I like making people believe there's good in this world. It's easier to keep on living if you think that way, isn't it? It's been so long, I've thought that way I can hardly remember. The world will always be unfair to girls like me. It's just the way things are. It shouldn't be that way, I know, but it's the reality of it all. But us girls are a lot more resilient than some people give us credit for. You find ways to fight back, to feel like you've got control in your life, to find support, solidarity, protection. Others would say I went too far trying to get back control. But even if one of those people who died were someone who was going to go on hurting a young girl, I can't say I regret it. I can respect that. Okay, maybe we shouldn't be encouraging her to feel no regret. But the point is, no matter how cruel this world is, Tian is a smart girl. She'll figure it out. If the world is cruel and harsh to her, there are people out there who won't just sit back and let it happen. And if nothing else, I know she'll be hella strong, just like her mother. That seemed to give Fu a bit of his spark back. He rose to his feet and smiled a bit. Sorry, kid. You probably didn't want to hear all that after the bombshell I already dropped on you earlier. It's fine. I'm built to handle it. I looked down at the two of them. There was something strange in Takiko's behavior, but I couldn't quite place my finger on it. But I wondered if she was just trying to comfort Fu, or if she was serious about wanting a father who fought for her more. I'm glad my dad was so kind and supportive of me, but looking back on it now, whenever Akari was arguing with my mother, my dad would always stay quiet or slip out to the community garden. I wonder if Akari felt like, "You've got to come quickly." Before I could say anything else, my train of thought was interrupted by the doors behind me slamming open, and out-of-breath Asuka bursting into the common room. Everyone's attention turned to them. Huh? Kid, what's up? Did something happen? You were meant to be watching. It's Maiko. Oh god. What happened? I don't know. I got distracted, and I turned my back and she took something. What was it? I don't know. She refused to tell me. I'm not taking any chances. No way. Where is she? The infirmary. Do any of you know where Lyra... Got it. I wasn't going to take any chances. I had to see her right away. I needed her to be okay. Without a second thought, I turned to leave, hearing someone yelling after me. Wait, kid, you're there. I don't care. I'm not letting it happen again. I couldn't live with myself if I did. Is she, And that was the bottom line of it. I didn't care how my reputation was stained, how my career was impacted. I didn't care anymore. I just knew I couldn't make the same mistake again. Even if it was wrong, this was my second chance. I had to make it right this time. I raced to the infirmary, rushing inside. Maiko? Maiko, are you there? No response. Coco? Shingu? Is that you? Maiko. Thank God I found you. What happened? What did you take? I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's really fine. It's okay. Hey, I just need to know what you took. Promise you won't get mad. Please. I won't. Just... Maiko handed me a small bottle. It was still half filled. She turned her head away from me as I read the label. Tanning pills? Why would you... My mother used to make me take them. She thought they'd make me more popular. I'm sorry. What? That's not a thing that exists in this world. She never wanted to end up in Japan. She was so stuck in her own world of standards she knew growing up, and she refused to listen. I think she wanted to go back to when she was a teen. I think she was happier then. I hated taking them. I hated looking so different. I felt like I'd messed up from just being who I was. I didn't need anything else adding to the feeling. Reminding me how different I was. How ugly I was. Don't say that. It's true. No. No, it's not. You're beautiful, Maiko. Don't lie to me just to make me feel better. You're the worst, Shinku. If I was really pretty, I wouldn't just be the friend people make when they have no other choice. Coco, I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lash out. I know you're just trying to be kind, but... Well, you don't have to worry. I only took 7. That's still a lot. Are you feeling okay? My tummy hurts, but I threw most of them up. I'm not going to die. I'm just going to feel pretty bad for a bit. I don't want to die. Don't worry. I didn't want to do this. I'll get Dr. Elenius. She can double check. I don't want to take any chances. No, don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm being selfish again. I told myself I could handle this without you, that I wouldn't bother you, but can you please just stay here with me for a moment? Well, might as well. The dare's already done. I looked in her eyes, but there was something different. It wasn't her usual big puppy eyes, but I still felt compelled to stay nonetheless. Okay. Maiko pulled herself up from the floor and sat quietly on the infirmary bed, barely making eye contact with me, but trying nonetheless. There was something different about her today.
I'm so sorry about earlier. I really am. I should have said something. I should have defended you.
No.
Huh?
They were right, Shinku. I shouldn't be coddled like this. This whole time I just kept running, hiding from the truth, hiding from the fact I'm an adult because it was safer, easier. But that's exactly what Dracul was doing too, wasn't it? It's no wonder you used me as a replacement for him. It's okay. I don't blame you. But it's been obvious from the start. It hurt at first, but I'm used to it. I wanted to seem more oblivious to you. I thought you'd keep taking care of me if I did.
She took a long pause and I pressed the button. I'm sorry. Whoops.
I'm sorry. That wasn't fair on you. I'm a fully grown adult woman. I should be able to face this, but I didn't want to think. I didn't want to change because that would be admitting that I'd really messed up. And I knew I'd messed up. I knew what I was doing was awful. I really did. I just felt it was so awful. There was no way I could ever even start to make amends for it. So why even try? If I let people coddle me, if I didn't make progress, I wouldn't have to face just how much I'd have to change to even start to make up for what I'd done. But things can't go on and continue like this. Something has to change. I've known that for a while.
You just didn't admit it for so long because you were scared?
Yeah, a little, but in truth, I didn't know what I was anymore without Yui. Without Yui, I felt worthless. And I know that's silly. I'm an ultimate. I'm successful in my own right, but it was always, I like this character's voice, and never, I like Yasuki's voice acting. I never really existed to anyone, and maybe it was better that way. I was scared if I got too much attention, people would see how weird and strange I really was. Yui was the opposite, front and center. She was her talent, fully and completely. People came for her. I thought, in part, I could live through her. If someone close to me was loved and treasured and adored, I could feel what it was like vicariously without having to put my own self out there. And if I was loved by someone as successful and wonderful as her, I couldn't be a total screw-up, could I? At least that's what I thought. But I've stomped all over her legacy and our friendship. Any love and care she felt for me is gone. And it's all my fault.
Kind of. I mean...
Maiko, you're being a little too...
I'm not being harsh on myself. I'm being realistic. I can't deny it any longer. If I do, I'm just going to feel more and more guilty until it all builds up and gets too much again. I shouldn't have based my self-worth and validation entirely on her and what she thought. It meant I didn't know how to live without her. I just kept lying that she'd come back, that she'd forgive me, because I couldn't live with myself if she didn't. That would be confirmation that nothing I did helped, that it was all for nothing, that I'd ruined both of our lives for no reason. And so I just kept waiting and watching her from afar, stagnating and waiting for her to come back. Because I didn't even know how to begin living and moving forward without her. She'd become such a big part of my life. But while I was waiting, staying at the same place, she just kept moving further and further away, growing and changing until I knew less and less about her. I felt I had to keep up, try to learn anything I could, so I could convince myself that I hadn't entirely lost her. But looking back on it now, all that waiting, all that refusing to move forward is what has left me so out of touch, so disconnected, so childish. I can't stand being the person I am anymore. I can't stand being Maiko.
But you don't. You don't always have to be like this.
I know. It's just terrifying. I don't even know what I am without her anymore. I'm terrified of trying to grow, trying to change, and realizing I'm just like this. That I can't help myself. I can't fix myself. I don't want to go through all the pain and hurt of growing and moving forward, only to still hate myself at the end of it.
I understand. It's scary, but you can go at your own pace, one step at a time. You don't need to immediately race to the end. You might hate who you are at some points, have dips, low moments, bumps, and plateaus of progress, but you're still moving, little by little. And isn't that something to be proud of in itself?
You're right. It just feels so daunting to even start to take that first step. I don't even know if I deserve it at this point.
Well, I think that is the first step, isn't it? Realizing that you do deserve to be able to move forward and change.
But I know to move forward, I have to accept I'm never going to fix things with Yui. I need to let her go.
You do.
So much of me, so many parts of me I hate are tied to her. I realize now that she should never forgive me. Not after all those awful things I did. And that's okay. I deserve that. But just because I've lost her, it doesn't mean I can't move forward and make new, better connections. I'm scared of hurting people. I'm scared of making things worse, but I need people in my life to challenge me, to take those steps towards, to keep me going forward. So please don't hold back anymore. You and I, Shinku, we can't keep doing things like this.
No, you can't.
Please. I know you just don't want me to get hurt. But we both need to let go sometimes. You need to let me take those steps. You have to be prepared to let me fall over occasionally. Or else, I'm never going to be someone who deserves to be your friend.
Aww.
Maiko, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. All this time, I was just enabling your stagnation, encouraging you not to move forward, all while telling myself I was protecting you. I was so scared of losing you. I put you into this box. I used you just to protect my own ego, to make up for my own past mistakes. I had no idea in doing so I was keeping you like this. Keeping you feeling so guilty, so fragile. I've just been infantilizing you this whole time, controlling you. Of course you couldn't even start to learn from your mistakes. I wasn't letting you make them. I just kept shutting down any discussion. I thought I knew what was best. I thought if I didn't, you'd hurt yourself. But you're right. You're not a child. You're an adult. You're not her, and you're not him. You're you.
I'm just me. And maybe that's scary. Maybe I don't really know who I am at this point, but I have to figure it out.
And no matter what she's like, I promise you, I won't drop you. I'll care about you and be your friend no matter what. No matter the person you grow into. And I'll let you figure that out on your own terms. I won't try to interfere. And I'll care, not because of what you can be for me, but what you can be for yourself. What you can be to prove you can make up for your past mistakes.
Even if it takes me weeks, months, years after we get out?
When we get out, whenever you want, we can hang out. No matter what's happening, no matter how you're feeling, we'll meet up. I can't promise I'll always be close, but I promise you, if you ever need it, I'll only be a phone call away.
You mean it?
Of course! I mean, there aren't many others who can relate to being thrown into a situation like this, are there? No matter what happens, I want to stay in contact, okay?
I'd like that a lot, Shinku. I don't want to be scared of adulthood anymore. I don't want to end up like Dracul. I want to live properly. I'm sick of acting like my life's already over. I've still got time to change things. I'd be silly to just spend the rest of my life rotting away. I know I don't deserve it, but can I ask you one last favor?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try being myself. Even if I am different from others. Even if I stand out. Even if I seem weird. So, can you call me Molly from now on?
Wow. Wow.
Of course, Molly.
Oh, that was nice. I liked that scene. But there is a part of me. There's a little part in the back of my mind that's like, okay, she's gonna die. Like, I feel like after scenes like that, I always feel like, oh, they're just gonna die. I'm sorry you had to come here again. I promise, I really didn't want to hurt myself. I know. I should have trusted you. But I'm glad I came. I'm glad we had this discussion. Besides, you really did worry me. Those tanning pills are nothing to scoff at. I know. How did you even get your hands on them without getting shocked? Well, before Molly could explain, a figure quickly stepped into the infirmary. I came as soon as I could. Is she all right? Dr. Elenius, I'm glad you're here. I'm fine, really. Just a little bit of a stomachache. Nothing I can't handle. I didn't take too many. They're just tanning pills. Still, I'd like to check your vitals. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's a reason those things are banned. They can be very damaging to your liver, Yuzuki. Alright, I understand. What took you so long to get here, if you don't mind me asking? There was a situation between Elias and Chattel. Are they okay? What happened? Elias ended up taking methamphetamine? He's mostly fine, don't worry. Bro, where? What? I mean, I'm not all that surprised, but Chattel gave him some. It was only a small quantity. I assume it was some sort of nonsense for a dare, but I had to make sure he was alright regardless. How did she even get her hands on something like that? Didn't we just all agree to limit her access to that sort of thing? I'm uncertain, but I was more focused on the situation at hand to question her. I'm just relieved he's mostly come down now. Dr. Elenius sighed, talking as she moved over to Molly and started checking her condition. She did various small checks for any obvious symptoms. You seem to be mostly fine, but I think it would be best if you stayed here tonight. I'd rather you were somewhere comfortable and closer to the bathrooms than your stripped cell. Molly's gonna die. I'm telling you right now. I have that feeling she's gonna die. If it's not in this chapter, she's gonna die next chapter. She's gonna die.
That would probably be for the best, just in case.
Because these characters, they don't, like, change and vow to change and have all this character growth just to live. They don't do that. They get killed at this point. I'll put some painkillers and emetics by the bed in case things start getting worse or you need to throw up. And run a few more tests to be safe. Would you like me to leave for them? It would probably be for the best. I work best with less eyes on me.
Don't you worry, Shinku. I'll be okay on my own. Trust me.
Alright, if you're sure, I'll trust you. She was a grown adult. I knew she'd be fine on her own, and after our previous discussion, I didn't want to be overbearing. If that's the case, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you for helping, Dr. Elenius. No need to thank me. It's basic human decency. I'll see you later, Molly. Dr. Elenius seemed a little surprised I called her that, but upon seeing Molly's small smile, she shut her lips, coming to a quiet understanding.
Have a good evening, Shinku.
Oh, and one last thing.
Happy Valentine's Day, Molly.
Oh, he said it, sorry.
I know the circumstances aren't really the most ideal. Being stuck in the infirmary isn't exactly the most romantic way to spend Valentine's, but still. I hope you can feel how loved and cared for you are today, if nothing else.
Even if I'm not the best person?
Of course, and you'll still be loved and cared for through every step of becoming a better person.
Thank you. That means more than you can know. Happy Valentine's Day, Shinku.
Oh. I left Molly in the capable hands of Dr. Elenius, leaving her to rest and get the care she needed. I didn't care that I'd failed my own dare. I was just glad the two of us were able to talk on the same level for once. I walked back to my own cell, trying not to worry about her. I knew she could take care of herself. But on the way back, I spotted someone standing by the showers, a strangely shaken expression on her face. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, given what I was told about what happened, but still. It was weird to see her that small once again, or maybe it was just strange to see that much guilt in her eyes, considering it was...
Lyra!
Shinku.
Huh? Shinku? What's up? Are you okay? You look really out of it. Yeah, I'm all good. Don't worry. I couldn't help but doubt that. Is Ezekiel okay? Dr. Elenius told me what happened. Yeah, he'll be okay. He's just taking a shower right now. I thought it might help him. And are you alright? God, I'm so freaking selfish. Hey, I don't need a pep talk from you of all people. He was so willing to take it. It's almost like he instantly understood that it was... He didn't ask questions. He just understood I wanted it hidden, and so he did it. And then he just had to go and tell me when he was high that his dare involved doing something similar to me. And that he couldn't go through with it. Wow. Oh, but he's done all of his other's dares. He even put that salt on Mint's grave so nothing else could grow, even though it destroyed him. But for some godforsaken reason, he couldn't bring himself to hurt me. I couldn't even show him the same respect. I'm such a hypocrite, Shinku. Is this right? I'm pathetic. Acting like I don't care. Like I just know I'm bad. That's the end of it. End all be all, and I could care less about how people really think of me? What a joke. Technically, couldn't care less. Sorry. That's the one, like, that's one of my grammar pet peeves a little bit, to be honest with you, when people say I could care less when they don't care. Because if you say I can care less, that means I do care a little bit. You say I couldn't care less, that means you don't care at all. If I really didn't care, I wouldn't have let him do this. I just let my secrets come out, but I can't. I can't do it. I'm so scared of everyone seeing how sad I really am, how stupid and pathetic I am. How much I've just screwed up throughout my entire life and never taken accountability. Of course I care. I care how stupidly close that verdict was. I just wanted people to give enough of a crap about me to tell me I was messing up, that the way I was going about things was wrong, that I needed to stop. And they did, but it was so split, I didn't even know what to think anymore. It feels more like a light slap on the wrist than out of genuine concern for me. I could keep going until I overdosed and people still wouldn't have anything to say about it. It would just be a shame. That's it. Everyone would move on, wouldn't they? Lyra. Shit, sorry, you don't need to hear this. I'm being selfish again. It's not selfish to express your feelings. But this isn't about me. I'm not the one who got hurt here. Zeke is. I make everything about me, or whatever I want people to see me as. But you're probably all already laughing. You're all going to have the last laugh when I can't keep this up anymore, and God, I can't keep this up anymore. I can't keep being like this. I'm just getting people hurt. Something needs to change. And what do you think that is? I don't know yet. I can't keep being this careless. I can't keep acting like none of this matters, like I'm not scared. I was just scared to be vulnerable, to be genuine. It's pathetic and immature, but I thought if I didn't take things seriously, the deaths wouldn't matter to me. You miss him, don't you? I don't think I've got the right to miss Mint after how much I dismissed his attempts to help when I was younger, but God, I feel so stupid for not listening. And I'm too stupid to listen now. He'd be disappointed in me. I'd hate for him to see me now. Hey, come on now. You have no way of knowing what Mint would think. Zeke just keeps on going on these long, big rants about how you and Iz are disrespecting Mint's memory and how much it pisses him off, but I'm just as bad. Acting like this. If Mint was alive instead of me, he'd have been able to grow out from all of this instead of just falling back into these stupid behaviors. But I'm not just gonna sit here complaining. I need to do better. Well, that's good to hear, but do you know how exactly you're going to do that? I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. I have to. I don't want to keep being like this, doing this to people, acting like a stupid, immature teenager. I'm just as bad as Dracul. If Zeke is going to go out on these lengths to make sure I don't get hurt, then the least I could do is become someone who he doesn't have to keep around just because I'm all he has left. I think it's natural for someone to want to help their friends. I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself or see it as you needing to pay him back or anything. Ezekiel can be a little unreasonable, but I don't think he'll hold it against you. He won't. And that's the problem. I'm getting worried he's a little too attached. You know what he said to me the other day? If you die, I'll die with you. Oh, that's insane. I don't know how serious he was being, but Mint's death changed him. He's terrified of being abandoned again, being left alone, being left. He'll hold on to me no matter how awful I get, no matter how I hurt him or me. In his eyes, getting hurt by someone is better than being alone. I couldn't leave him like this. Do you have any idea what that would do to him? But I can't stay close to him when I'm like this. I need to make sure I get to the point. I don't hurt him, or me, or anyone. That's understandable. I hope you're able to get there. I'm just feeling weird about it, I guess. When I get attached to people, I tend to really only care about their validation. It's a problem. I get too attached. I eventually just started leaving people to save myself from getting hurt. I thought if I left them before they left me, or before I could even get attached, then maybe I could avoid being hurt again. But getting hurt is part of being human. In trying to avoid it, I hurt a lot of people, both by leaving them and doing stupid things in my attempt to convince myself I didn't care. It's nice having some stability for once, but your brain is constantly telling you to leave? Can you blame me? It's what I'm used to. It's kind of ironic in a way that the prisoner most scared of being abandoned again got attached to the most avoidant, quick to abandon others person here. It's like the relationship you see in a novel. Lyra seemed a little baffled at my response. Odd. You're kind of shit at cheering people up, aren't you? Sorry. It's fine. I shouldn't be dumping all this on you anyway. I'm sorry, man. I guess I just don't know who else to go to. But it'll be alright. I'll figure something out. I'm sorry you've had to deal with me being a bit of a dickhead for a while now. Hey, it's okay. It's a bad situation for all of us. No one is going to act entirely rationally all the time. A lesson I had to learn pretty quickly, being friends with Ismene. Are we? We never talked to her. Yeah, I know. I just don't want to be annoying with how irrational I am, you know? At least Ezekiel seems to be okay. It could have been a lot worse. You could have given him a bigger dose. True. I tried to only give him a little. Where did you get it, anyway? I thought we were restricting your access to that sort of thing. Yeah, like, it was the weirdest shit ever. I was really pissed about that this morning due to seeing my truth. I knew I couldn't let that shit get out, no matter what. But I had no idea how I was gonna get my hands on some meth, especially when I was restricted. But then, when Alora pulled me aside after the meeting, she just gave it to me. What? I'm sorry. What? Yeah, like, I didn't even ask her for it. She just gave it to me. She could barely look at me when she was doing it too. The whole thing was weird. Do you think it was for a dare or something? That's what I was assuming, but it was just strange. Because, like, she's not done any of her previous ones. She's been fine to let her truth come out. Makes you wonder what she's hiding. I want to trust in her. She's done nothing but help us since we got here. I don't want to make things more difficult for her when she keeps piling up more and more onto herself. I get that. It just makes me wonder if she only organized those meetings to cover up or frame her troops in a certain way that makes her look better. She could be doing that. very possible. I can't tell if my... Hold on. Oh yeah, my earbud, like... Ugh. This is even like my second pair of earbuds. I haven't wanted to use my over-the-ear headphones lately, but these earbuds are awful. And like now, like this is my second pair in the last 3 days, and again, this left one is so much lower than the right side. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, you think she was lying this morning? Well, all I'm saying is I feel like we're missing some details. Anyway, Zeke should be coming out of the shower soon. You should probably get going. If he gets pissed at your sight when he's sober, I don't want to see what he's like with you coming down from a high. That's probably a wise idea. I'll see you later, Lyra. Take it easy. And, thanks for hearing me out. Sorry for dumping all that on you. This whole thing's just been a lot. For you and me both. It's the best that we talk about these things, though. I'm glad you're more honest to yourself. Yeah, like, for real. Now you know you can take me and Zeke down in one fell swoop. 2 for the price of 1. What a steal. Don't joke about that. Come on. Sorry, bad habit. Stay safe. This is bad. These... I can't use the left one. These, all these characters now, having all this character development, it's gonna go bad. It's gonna go south. It's gonna end. There's gonna be an issue. Someone's gonna die now. Because you can't have all this character growth without throwing a wrench in it. Because there's no way. It has to be happening very soon. Lyra smiled at me as I left, giving me a small wave. She seemed a little happier than before, at least. I hope she was serious about wanting to make some changes. I think that would be best for everyone. But I had no idea Ezekiel had become that vulnerable. I couldn't help but be a little concerned. I hoped the 2 of them would be sensible and work through whatever was going on there. Maybe they just needed to give each other space, figure things out at their own terms. When you want someone to be safe, you can sometimes hold on to them until they crack. I knew that better than anyone. I was just glad Molly was starting to take those steps on her own now. I needed to give her space. The evening approached before I knew it. It had been a few hours since Dr. Elenius did her checks on Molly. I could always go and see if she was okay before bed. It was Valentine's Day. It would feel like a shame to not hang out with someone. Maybe someone was planning on doing something for it. I suppose I could just get some rest and record my fans for a special Valentine's tape, but that felt embarrassing. Either way, I wanted to do something this evening. Okay, free time. Nice. I'm gonna save real quick. Nice. Okay, oops. Let's see. Well, if anyone's hanging around here, that means there's like an event, right? Oh, Lyra's here. Shinku. Just the guy I was looking for. Lyra, are you doing okay? I couldn't believe I was asking this, but more importantly, is Zeke doing all right now? Oh, yeah, he's doing a lot better. I only gave him a small dose, so he's sort of coming off it now. I'm just trying to keep an eye on him. And before you hit me with the, Lyra, if you're trying to keep an eye on him, why are you out here? It's because he's changing right now, okay? Ah, that makes sense. Anyway, you said you were looking for me? Oh yeah, right. So, like, I've been thinking, things between me and Zeke and you and Iz are kind of rocky. I was gonna say absolutely going to shit, but rocky works as well. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Ezekiel and his men especially. They seem to be constantly getting into fights. Which is why I thought we could do something to get along, you know? Like a double date. But like not because you and Iz dating would be something. Yeah. Because you and Zeke are such a good couple. I don't know what you're talking about. We literally totally kiss all the time. On the mouth, by chance? Exactly. You get it. Besides, it'll be nice to have some others around to keep an eye on Zeke, in case I end up passing out or something. I'm not sure. This seems like a bad idea. Come on, it's worth a shot. We just need to organize something where they don't have to focus on each other despite being in the same general vicinity. And how do you suggest we do that? Well, I was rummaging around the library a few days ago, and I found this old beat-up projector. I figured if I messed around with it enough, I could fix it. And what do you know? I managed to get it done this morning. Yeah, I know. I'm literally the smartest ever on top of having a face card so deadly I could cause a body discovery. You don't have to mention it. Right. Teeny tiny issue with it though. We don't have any movies to project or anything. And that's where you come in. You want me to find some old VHS tape or something? So we can have a movie night with just the four of us? Bingo. How on earth do you expect me to go about that? I don't know. You're on your own there. I thought you were literally the smartest ever. God. Ugh. Okay, maybe like try looking in the shop or something. I don't want to stray too far from Zeke right now, so I can't exactly do it myself. Maybe the cat will give you it in exchange for something. I'll see what I can do, but no promises. Awesome. Catch up with me again if you do find anything. You've got this. Love you, babes. I suppose I should have a gander in the shop to see if I can strike a deal or anything. If I wanted to do the movie night, that is. Putting Ezekiel and his Mene in the same room for a long period of time could be detrimental, but who knows? Maybe it would bring us closer together. Alright, where is the shop, though? That is the question. I have no idea where it is. Oh, isn't that Ezekiel? No, that's Fu. Why do I think that's Ezekiel? I see orange hair and I think Ezekiel, but I know his is the black hair, but because his roots are orange, I'm just like, his hair's orange. Alright, I have no idea which one's the shop. But yeah, there's way too much character development going on right now for it not to be completely interrupted. Someone's dying. I'm telling you right now, it's happening. Something in my eye. Where's the shop? Okay. What? Well, because this one's the garden, isn't it? No, this is the bathroom. Okay. I don't know where it is. Alright, it's not here, so... We'll go through here, I suppose. Oh yeah, I forgot there's more area over here. Oh, there's as many. Well, don't tell her what we're planning. She's gonna say, hell no. This isn't where I want to be, is it? No, this is laundry. I'm like, that's definitely not where I want to be. Is this the shop? Because I've been in every single room. I'm sorry. What? What, Cola? Excuse me? Excuse me? Protein bars. What am I... How am I supposed to find a video in here? Is this... Washing machine? Wheelchairs? What? I don't know where the... Hold on a second. Oh my god. I am an idiot. I just walked right past it. Here it is. I walked right by it. Anyway. Lo and behold, the cat was actually here for once. It was almost like they'd overheard my previous conversation with Lyra and was trying to capitalize off it. As they saw me approach, Manoneko let out a purr and swished their tail. Hello, Shinku. Looking for anything in particular, by any chance? Do you have any old VHSs or just tapes we could play? Anything that could be projected? Why, of course. We've got the whole bunch of tapes from back in the day. Anything your heart desires. As long as that anything just so happens to fit into like 6 movies we have. Wait, really? That's great. Do you have any recommendations? Or maybe I'll just take all 6. It'll be better if we got a choice. Hold on. Do you think I'm just gonna give them to you? No, no, no. That's not how this works. I've got a business here. I've got kids to feed, don't you know? Kids? Manoneko, you're a robot. You want them to starve, huh? It's big shots like you who refuse to shop at local businesses and expect charity from them that are that are helping big corporations take up more and more of the market share. People like you are the reason late-stage capitalism is being current-stage capitalism, don't you know? You didn't give us any money here? How am I meant to pay? Oh, jeez. Your butt fell out. Same way as you pay for anything here, baby. Content. Isn't having a movie night enough content for you? Isn't that gonna bring in more views? Unless you and Zeke are gonna go at it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. No. I'm not doing that. Then you gotta give me more content another way. No views, no deal. That's how it works. You can have your stupid movie when you're a fan favorite. Got it? Unless, well, there's one small thing you could do. What is it? I feel like there hasn't been enough drama around here. You get me, Shinku? Not enough conflict. You know who I feel needs to be knocked down a few pegs? Who? Takiko. I mean, what's with her? Walking around like she owns the place? Like she doesn't care about her verdict? Like it doesn't affect her? It's ridiculous. I think that's being a little harsh. I don't want to do anything that'll hurt her. She clearly does care. Oh, don't you worry. It really won't be anything at all. She won't even realize you did anything. I just want you to do a small, tiny, harmless prank. I hate pranks. Taka has kept all those frogs in Asuka's cell, right? He's been going into their room constantly to feed them. Although, if you ask me, he's mainly just using it as an excuse to talk to Asuka again. Why not knock all 3 of them down? They've all gotten way too comfortable with everything for my liking. So, if you want your VHS tape, all you need to do is get the frogs from Asuka's cell and set them free in Takiko's cell. Harmless fun, no? I don't know. It seems pretty cruel. Well, I don't care. If you want your stupid movie, it's either you turn Ezekiel into a freakiel or release the frogs. That's my final offer. Fine, fine. I'll think about it. I wasn't entirely sure if getting the VHS was worth it at this point, but I did want to try to make things better between the 4 of us. And Takiko is a patient and understanding person. I'm sure she wouldn't freak out about the frogs. She's gonna freak out. Besides, no one would know I did it. I should consider my options. But if I still want to do movie night, I'm going to have to release those frogs. Okay. Off to release frogs I go, I guess. So they're in Asuka's room? Why am I going through all this trouble for this free time event? I could just go to sleep. But I'm very curious. I don't know where her room is, though. Oh. Where are they? Should I take the frogs out? Yeah. I scooped the frogs into my hands and shoved 4 of them in my pockets. I should go to Takiko's cell quickly. I'm sorry, Takiko. I'm sorry to do this. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Where's Takiko? Oops. Whose room is this? Oh, Lyra. That makes sense. Because their rooms get destroyed when they're voted corrupt. Here's Takiko. It's fine. There aren't even that many frogs. They won't make too much of a mess. Surely, this will be easy for Takiko to sort out. It's just harmless fun, really. If anything, maybe Asuka and Taka will help her wrangle them all up. It might even be an opportunity for the 3 of them to bond. I slowly took the frogs out of my pocket and placed them down in the cell one by one. A heavy feeling in my chest. I'm sorry, Takiko. I wasn't doing anything bad. This was harmless. It was annoying at best. No, you are doing something bad. I think every prank is awful. I hate pranks. Right. That should be all of them. I should slip out of the cell before anyone sees I'm here. I don't know what would happen if this was linked back to me. Bye. As I was stepping out of the cell when I felt myself almost trip over something on the ground.
Ow! Watch where you're going.
Neko, I didn't see you there. I did the thing, though. You know, with the frogs.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect you to actually go through with it. Surprised, but impressed. Maybe you do have some guts, after all. I wonder how Takiko is going to feel when she finds out.
Can I just have the VHS now?
Why, of course. You upheld your end of the deal. I'll uphold mine.
Mononeko held out a small VHS with a hastily scrawled label on it. Oh no. I took it from their hands and narrowed my eyes. Oh boy. This is not good. My voice. Santa's sleigh? Really?
Oh, it's a classic, Shinku. You're just gonna love it.
I guess beggars can't be choosers.
Precisely. Now enjoy your little movie night. Have fun.
The cat chuckled and hopped off through the vents. At least I had the movie secured. I should talk to Lyra if I still want to do this. Oh God. I'm so sorry about my voice. I don't know what's happening. Shit, did you actually manage to get a movie? I'm impressed. Yeah, here. Santa's sleigh? Really? It was all they had. Sorry. Nah, don't even worry about it. I love campy shit like this. You gotta go get Iz, okay? I'm gonna set things up in Zeke's cell. Join us there when you're ready. Right. Have you told him yet? Nope. But I mean, like, what's he gonna do if you guys rock up into his cell? It'll be a nice surprise. Great. We all gathered in Zeke's cell after Lyra set up the projector movie. He'd popped popcorn. Given his expression when Ismene and I walked into the cell, he was expecting this to just be a thing between him and Lyra. But after a little convincing from Lyra, he settled down begrudgingly. It was a struggle in itself to convince Ismene to come, but when we were all gathered... Oh, look how cute!
I can't believe I agreed to this.
Cute! Oh, these are nice. They're having such nice moments, and it's gonna be ruined when someone dies.
Come on, Iz. It's not too bad.
I just saw someone get bashed over the head with a giant candy cane.
Yeah? It was awesome? He literally said, "Looks like someone's on the naughty list," before doing it. Look me in the eyes and tell me that's not peak cinema.
It's lame as hell, but at least I'm not being a bitch about it.
I'm just not used to such lowbrow content and such greasy popcorn.
I think it's kind of fun. It's just the sort of thing you have to turn off your brain for. Besides, some of the plot lines are sort of neat.
Don't be delusional.
If you don't want any of your greasy popcorn, I'll take it. But God knows you could use it to shut you up for a bit.
Can you just focus on the film? Isn't this the sort of thing people like you can just mindlessly stare at, mouth agape for hours at a time?
Jesus Christ, you make it sound like he's a toddler having keys dangled in front of him.
Well, that wouldn't be an entirely inaccurate analogy.
Please, we're trying to enjoy the movie.
Well, forgive me if I'm not particularly well versed in movie night etiquette. I've never been invited to one before.
Wow, I wonder why.
Wait, everyone shut up. He's breaking into someone's house through the chimney. I can't.
I suppose that's a little comical.
Everyone seemed to settle down for a while. After a glass of wine or two, Ismene seemed to settle into things. The bickering between Ezekiel and Ismene seemed to subside a little bit. It was a stupid movie, I'll admit, but all of us were able to derive some level of enjoyment out of it, Ismene even smirking a little bit at some of Ezekiel's comments on the movie. Everyone appeared to forget the motive for a while, forget the game, and just relax. Lyra eventually getting a little too relaxed. Falling asleep on Ezekiel's shoulder. Aww. Cute. His demeanor almost immediately shifted, freezing up.
Curious. It seems a call might be used to...
Wake up. Don't.
Ezekiel, can you be quiet? I'm trying to listen to the...
Don't. Come on. Get up. Get up. Not you.
Oh no, oh he's traumatized from it. Like, he thinks she fell asleep and he thinks she's dead.
Not again.
Oh.
Zeke, she just...
Stop!
Oh.
Don't you dare. Get up!
Zeke started almost rapidly shaking Lyra, gripping her shoulders so tightly his nails dug into them and left marks. Her eyes almost immediately opened.
Ow! Hey! I'm awake. Chill out. Jesus Christ, watch it. Jesus, are you crazy? What was that about? I'm sorry.
He's traumatized.
Right. Sorry, I just freaked out. I didn't mean to make things weird.
Zeke, are you alright?
No.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't make a big deal out of it. Can we just, get back to the stupid movie?
Right.
We continued to watch the movie, an awkwardness in the air. Ezekiel seemed to be a little on edge the rest of the runtime, and was pretty ready for me and Ismene to leave at the end. But aside from that one incident, everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. Having Ismene and Ezekiel in the same room without yelling at each other was at least progress. After the movie wrapped up, we left the room to go to our own cells. I was about to leave to my own when I saw a figure at the common room. Oh no. Oh no. She's mad at us. I'm sorry, Takiko. She looked tired, sitting down outside her cell. I had to admit I felt a little guilty. I knew I could just walk back to my own cell for the night, but you can't do that. Don't do that. Hey, Taki, is everything okay? What's up? Did something happen?
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm just tired.
Are you sure I can't help you with anything?
I've gotten them all out now, but I appreciate the offer. Someone decided to dump a load of frogs in my cell. I'm sure it was some kind of dare thing. I can't hold it against them, but it just had to be those frogs, didn't it? Happy Valentine's to me.
Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that happened. But hey, at least you managed to get them out. That's a plus. Takiko looked up at me, her gaze lingering for a moment as if she'd noticed something in my expression. Oh yeah, I don't think Shinku has a good poker face, let's be honest.
I hope you have a good night, Shinku. Sleep well.
You too. Let me know if I can help with anything, alright?
Will do.
It was just harmless fun. And it wasn't anything big. She was able to get them out no problem. I felt awful about it, but I couldn't make it up to her later. And she seemed to understand well enough. Everyone was doing weird stuff due to the dares. That's likely what she assumed it was. And in a way, it was a dare. Mononeko had given it to me. I kind of had to do it. Yeah, I had to do it so I could see the cute scene. At least, I could keep telling myself that. I couldn't help but feel guilty, but I'm sure she'd get over it soon. We all had bigger priorities here. And in the end, I'm sure Lyra, Ismene, and Ezekiel had fun tonight. And if I can make people happy, even if the game grew more dire, that was enough for me. I'm sure Takiko would agree. I'd crashed pretty early tonight, going to bed as soon as I could. The continued midnight interruptions weren't doing my insomnia any favors. I was exhausted. It was always hard to go back to bed after them. But I couldn't stop them. So once again, for the third day in a row, the monitor in my cell switched on in the middle of the night. Oh, it's happening. Someone's dead in the morning, I'm telling you.
Hello, hello, hello! Rise and shine! Our third day of Truth or Dare is now over! Only Lyra, Alora, and Molly completed their dares today, meaning everyone else's truths for today will be outed! Really? 7 of you chose not to do your dares? Are they starting to cross a line or something? Well, we've got a lot to get through, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Starting with Prisoner 01, Shinku Kutsuki's Day 3 Truth. 3 days in a row of picking truth, huh? You're not great at this, are you?
No.
Anyway, his is... Shinku used to include characters based off of people he didn't like in his classes or life in his novels, often killing them off in brutal and twisted ways for the catharsis. Yeah, he really is kind of a freak, huh?
Well, it's still not as bad as Fu's secret yesterday.
Then we have Prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias's truth for today. That being... Throughout all middle school and a majority of high school before going to Hope's Peak, Ezekiel was an extremely violent person who would sometimes beat fellow students until they needed to be hospitalized.
Are we surprised to hear this? Is this a surprise?
Wow, our most violent prisoner has always been violent. Shocking.
Yeah, I don't understand why this is, like, supposed to be a shocking truth. It's not. Well, yes, I could have probably guessed that, but beating them to the point of hospitalization is a lot further than I'd expected.
Now on to something really juicy. Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama. If you think her reputation couldn't get any worse, wait till you hear this truth. Takiko killed her mother.
What? Huh? How could she?
And if you needed a final nail in the coffin as to why you shouldn't trust her, there you go. Sheesh, you were right to vote someone like her corrupt. But moving on to Prisoner 07, I'll make it quick since you spoiled the surprise earlier. Boring. Taka is transgender and has taken many steps to hide his identity out of fear of fan backlash.
I guess some fans of his might get mad at that, but not any worth keeping around.
But since he went ahead and spilled it earlier anyway, I'll just move right along to Prisoner 08, Ismene Cersei. In high school, Ismene got a girl expelled by framing her for cheating because she saw her as an academic threat. She similarly sabotaged other threats by making their high school experience miserable.
Yeah, she does seem That does seem like something Ismene would do.
All that over school? That's a little pathetic. Did you have nothing else in your life that made you feel good about yourself? Get a hobby! School isn't that deep. But let's move on to Prisoner 09, Fu Wang. I've been excited to share this one. It's one of my favorites. Fu is the reason his marriage fell apart, and he'll never meet anyone he loves quite like her again.
Oh, that really doesn't seem as bad as yesterday's truth. I guess in his eyes, this might be worse than that somehow. Or maybe he'd prefer this stay hidden.
He's also definitely not over her. Not like she'll ever take him back after what he was like as a husband.
Not over her, but will happily mess with Molly's emotions and kiss her. I see how it is.
Anyway, last we have Prisoner 10, Asuka Santil. I wonder what they could have done. They're just so kind and considerate all the time, aren't they? Well, let me tell you. Asuka left their little brother behind in an exploitative situation without a second thought. He endured incredible amounts of hardship that Asuka could have saved him from. Wow, so much for being one of the better ones, huh? Guess that leaving certain people behind isn't a new behavior.
I think Asuka must have had a very different reasons for leaving behind their brother than they did leaving Taka.
Anyway, phew, that was a lot to get through.
So Allura did do her
All
dare.
of those will be posted on every social media you guys have and sent to the media as per usual. So have fun dealing with that if you're ever able to get out.
Whew.
How about more of you do your dares tomorrow,
No, someone's
Doing
dying.
so many of your secrets in one of these gets tiring, you know? Anyway, sleep tight. Don't let the impending thoughts of fallout of your deepest, darkest secrets being leaked bite. Bye-bye.
The monitor switched off and I was left stunned. Some of those were shocking, like Takiko's. I almost considered going over to her cell to confront her about it, but she'd likely be asleep. And I know that's exactly what Dr. Elenius wanted to avoid. I should be logical and wait until the meetings. Everyone should have a fair chance to explain. Yeah, I think Allura should also explain why she's decided to start doing dares now instead of letting the truths come out. Because the entire time she's like, you can't play with, she was very okay with just having her truths revealed until it seems it was inconvenient for her. But how do you even start to explain some of those? And how do you get worse secrets than any of those? And what exactly was so bad in Molly, Lyra, and Dr. Elenius' secrets that they had to keep them hidden, even with how bad their dares were? I was starting to get really paranoid, admittedly. This motive was starting to get to me. The lack of sleep was not helping either. It wasn't helping me think any more rationally. I figured the best thing I could do was go back to bed, so that's what I did. Oh boy, I can save now. I'm sorry, Takiko did what? I woke up the next day after a night of on and off sleep, constant tossing and turning. What little sleep I had gotten hadn't particularly helped me feel any calmer about the current situation. I found myself overcritical of a lot of the truths being revealed and paranoid about the truths that weren't revealed. I mean, I could always ask Fu, he'd seen all of them. But I was certain I'd have to do some kind of deal for that, and not a particularly fair one at that. Oh, sorry, my head just started hurting. The last thing I wanted was something else on my plate on top of the dares. Above all else, one thing remained clear. It was only going to get worse from here. But I could do nothing but keep pushing through it. We discussed the truths at the meeting today. Hopefully it would provide more context. Someone's dead. And I felt a weird sense of relief. In comparison, my own truth didn't seem all that bad. Although I couldn't help but worry about how they could make the truth worse on that subsequent days. I'd get my answer as soon as I tentatively approached the envelope on my desk, opening it up.
Day 4. Truth.
What? I froze, seeing what was written. My mouth almost instantly went dry. Right there, in front of me, was the awful truth I was trying to avoid. Perhaps I assumed that if it wasn't spelled out for me, the reality would be different, that it wasn't my fault. But in the end, it was all me. Oh God, it was all my fault. I immediately started panicking. I knew it was something I'd have to own up to eventually. But if that came out, it could be detrimental. Whatever protection I've built here would crumble. I'd quickly become a target. I'm sorry, Akari, but you had to understand. It wasn't a matter of morals. It was a matter of staying alive. This was a killing game, and given how extreme the truths and dares were starting to get, people would start to jump others for the slightest of reasons. I just knew it couldn't come out. Before I knew it, my eyes began traveling down to the dare.
Dare! Destroy Prisoner 05's pin. Oh, that doesn't seem too bad at all.
Isn't Prisoner 05 Dracul? The pin that we got from him?
Okay, Shinku, it's going to be okay. Deep breaths. The real struggle will be getting the pin. Right, who was Prisoner 05 again?
It's Dracul, isn't it?
I'm 01, Lyra's 02, Ezekiel's 03, Takiko is 04, 05 is... Dracul.
Oh. Oh. That's why it was my dare. My gaze lingered on the small pin on the bedside table, the one Takiko had given to me after the last trial. Ismene had the other one, but the dare only said I had to destroy one, so I could use mine, right? Seemed easy enough. But for some reason, I hesitated before I went to grab it. I wonder if his truth is that he killed his sister. It was one of the last things I had of Dracul, but above that, it was the foundation of my promise to Ismene. It was meant to be what cemented it. My promise not to give in to this game, not to kill anyone, not to leave her entirely alone. I know she was fairly reasonable. She would understand eventually if it was a dare. But after having her trust broken by Dracul, I don't know how she'd take me breaking the pin after that promise meant so much to her. Why am I hesitating? It's just a pin. Ismene isn't... She'll understand. If she was in my position, she would do the same. It doesn't impact the promise if I destroy the pin, does it? No. I said that, but deep down, I knew. If I destroyed the pin to save my own skin, just as the motive was starting to get tough, she'd probably see that as an indication that I'll take the easy road out when things get too rough. That when genuine hardship emerges, I'll just crumble. That I'm not willing to endure it with her. Just like Dracul. I sat back down on my bed in frustration, looking at the pin. I knew whatever I did would cause problems. Unless... She doesn't have to know I destroyed it. Right, she doesn't have to find out. That way she won't feel betrayed. I looked at my clock. The morning announcement had gone off, but it was still only 6:15, and the meeting wasn't until 10. It was unlikely most would be out of their cells right now, let alone Ismene. She wouldn't see me doing anything. Right. It'll be like nothing happened. I took a deep breath in and clenched the pin tightly, standing up and summoning my resolve. There was an incinerator in the laundry room. If I put it in there, then it would leave no evidence. Oh no. So I made my way there, the hallways eerily quiet. I wasn't usually up this early. It was strange. All right, Shinku. All right. I looked down at the little pin in my hands, the light bouncing off of its surface as I moved it back and forth. I saw my own eyes in the reflection, holding no accusation. It's just what I had to do. If anything, getting rid of it was probably for the best. In the end, everyone else is right. Dracul was a murderer. I understood why Ismene mourned his death. She knew him far before the game. But I'd only known him a month. That was the truth of it. I had no right to feel like something was missing. I had no right to think of what-ifs. I was just filling myself with empty pipe dreams. That couldn't be healthy. And if I burnt him all the way to ash, crossed him out, then perhaps I'd be able to see those I'd been using to fill the empty space he left in their own right. So I placed the pin in the incinerator, taking a deep breath in. This didn't change my promise. Ismene would be reasonable about this. I knew that. Yet an awful guilt filled me as I turned the incinerator on. The radiating heat from the incinerator felt cold as it touched my skin. It was done now. That was the end of it. I moved out of the room quicker than I'd want to admit, hoping that a change of scenery would help the awful feeling in my chest subside. But right as I walked back into the hallway, I ran into the person I'd least want to see right now.
Shinku?
Are you okay? You're so pale. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ismene.
What are you doing up so early? I just thought I'd take a stroll. Is everything all right? I felt awful. Yeah, I just wanted to get my washing done early today. All right. Are you sure you're okay? You're acting strange. Is this about my truth? Listen, I know it sounds bad, but I want to be an open book about it. I know it was wrong. Trust me. But this game is just cherry-picking our worst moments. A few mistakes doesn't make us horrible people. Yeah, I know. I don't hold any malice about anything outed about you, alright? I don't want you to feel as though you can't tell things to me. I don't want us to become dishonest with one another. Thanks, Ismene. I'm not upset about your truth at all, really. If I can look past your crime, I can look past that easily. Well, good. I wasn't going to say anything, but it would be a little ridiculous if you excused murder but drew the line at that. I wonder if the others will all be that sensible with us. I just hope these dares don't continue to get worse. Tell me about it. I know we're not allowed to disclose specifics, but yesterday they wanted me to do something terrible to you. I couldn't do it. Oh. I won't let this game destroy anything else of mine. Especially not us. I'm certain of that. I'd much rather endure whatever ridicule the truth brings me than throw you under the bus. I want you to know that. Thank you, Ismene. She doesn't have to know. It's better for her if she doesn't. I'd do the same for you. I'm glad to hear it. Oof. I'll see you at the meeting later, alright? I'm feeling a little woozy. I think I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Alright. Do take care. Ooh. Ooh. I returned to my cell, a heavy feeling on my shoulders. It was what I had to do. She didn't have to find out. It was just a pin. It didn't mean anything. It was silly for me to feel so guilty over this. I was so preoccupied by meaningless worries that it took me a second to notice a new note that had appeared on my desk. A note that made my blood run ice cold and brought a haunting reality crushing down on me in just a few words. I'm sorry. At least this way I can help you.
I'm sorry.
Lecture hall.
At least this way I can help you.
What?
Lecture hall.
Molly, if this is you, I'm gonna lose my mind. If we go in there and it's a body discovery for you, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh God.
Oh.
No, 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 not again. Why? What?
I could take a guess at who this was from. A twisted sense of deja vu overcoming me. I had no idea why. I thought things were getting better. I thought... This had to be a dare. It's just a dare. It's just to scare me, like yesterday. Still, if this was real, this must have been placed recently. If this was actually happening, I needed to save them. I couldn't let it happen again. I'd promised that I wouldn't ever let it happen to anyone again. So before I could second-guess myself any further, I rushed to the lecture hall, an off-putting feeling in the air. I'd hardly noticed it at the time, as I was so focused on getting to my destination, but everything was pitch black. All the lights had been shut off on that side of the prison, leaving everything in total darkness.
Hey, hang on!
I slammed against the lecture hall door handle, but...
It's locked.
A locked room murder. I tried again and again, but to no avail, eventually hammering on the door.
Hey! Are you in there?
I'm sorry.
What is she doing?
Hey, it's okay. Just let me in, alright? I want to help. I'm here to help. This isn't funny. Come on. I'm not gonna be mad. Just open up.
It's just a dare. It's just a dare. It's just...
I can't do this anymore.
Yes you can. The stupid motive will end soon. And what about everything we said yesterday about living properly and finding things to enjoy about adulthood? Molly, please, you could live your own life, please.
It would be better if I was gone. I've known that for a while.
So you're just running? Please, come on, we promised we'd stay in touch after we got out. Don't you still want that?
I'm so sick of stupid dreams that things could be better. Everything feels so temporary. It's never been about if I'm going to do it. It's always been about when. Ever since I was little, I was a failure from the very start. Always thinking like this. There really is something wrong with me. I don't want my death to be for nothing. If I can help someone I care about, then maybe my life will have been for something. Maybe I can still have some value.
No, stop. Don't say that. Just open the door, please.
I continued slamming against the door. I needed to get it open. I had to get it open.
In my next life, I hope I'm reborn as someone who's easier to love. I'm sorry.
I'm not letting you have anything to apologize for. Stop!
The door eventually buckled under my weight and slammed open. I ran into the dark lecture hall, my desperate panic causing me to trip right over a rope on the ground. I didn't have time to look up before I heard something topple to the ground, and a crack as she was hoisted into the air. I looked up at her ascending, a gut-wrenching familiarity to the sight.
No.
I mean, there's gonna be a trial, right? So, did she actually do it to herself? Like, she had to have. She had to have. What? I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. it feels weird. It doesn't feel like it has to be, the trial has to happen because a murder happened and there's a blackened. But if she just did that to herself, would there be a trial? I don't like it. Sorry. I feel just a bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. The whole thing with her, it's been this entire chapter, and this chapter is long. I have been in this chapter for weeks, months. It's long. And it's just been, she's been constantly, and it's, I don't like it. I understand it's something that happens. But to be honest, for me personally, it is a little, I don't think triggering is the right word. I don't like it. And the whole thing, the body announcement was, it doesn't feel right. Nothing about it feels like, unless there's some kind of twist, I don't know if I like this at all. Like, I don't know. I'll talk more about it after we finish, but
Molly. Oh, oh, oh God. No, 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 Molly.
I could hardly process what had happened. I didn't, did I? Oh God.
Molly, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It happened again. I couldn't do anything to stop it. I'd been useless in the end. I froze up. I couldn't do anything but stare at her, a crushing defeat coming over me. I didn't know how long I'd been there, unable to move, unable to speak, shocked and horrified. When an announcement I could barely focus on echoed behind me.
A body has been discovered!
What?
In light of this, all truths and dares for today are suspended and no longer need to be completed. After a certain amount of time, in which I suggest you investigate, the trial will begin.
Why are we investigating?
Good luck, prisoners.
Like, is there a blackened? I don't understand what's going on. Was there the rule in this one that it also has to be seen by more than one person for the announcement to go off, or was that never mentioned? A body. Well, of course, but you needed 3 people for a body discovery. And I was the only person here. Yeah, okay. Alright. Which can only mean one thing. Someone else is dead. There's 2? I mean, hers... Molly's, I don't like. I don't. It could only mean one thing.
Kiko? Kiko!
Is it Takiko?
Hey, come on. I'm not mad. I just want to talk about things.
Kiko!
Jeez, I can't find her anywhere. I've been looking for her since the morning announcement, but there's no trace of her wherever I go. Maybe she's hiding? But why would she do that? Well, her truth did seem pretty severe, but I don't think it's like that. The cat always has a way of wording these things to sound worse than they are. If she had intentionally killed her, then why wasn't that her crime instead? Not to mention that night, when she said she wished she was never... I was certain there was more to it. But I don't know if the others are gonna consider that. I just needed to talk to her. I promised her I'd be a better friend. I wasn't gonna go back on that.
Where could she have gone to?
I haven't checked the courtyard yet. Maybe she went in there to get some peace and quiet?
Right!
I approached the doors, but as I was about to go in, someone grabbed my shoulder, a grave expression on his face. Huh?
Don't go in there.
Why?
Huh? Zeke, what's...
Don't. Just...
Those eyes. I hadn't seen a look on his face like that since...
Oh. You... don't mean... Zeke, what happened?
It doesn't matter. Just don't go in there. Not you.
If it's Taka, I'm gonna lose it.
No matter what it is, I can handle it. I'm not a kid, okay?
I don't want to click.
Asuka, please. Just don't. Just trust me. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Oh, it's either Takiko or Taka. I'm telling you right now. Why else would he not want her in particular to go in there? He was weirdly desperate for once. I'd never seen him like this. It made me worry even more about what could be in there.
If someone's hurt, we need to help them.
No.
It might not be too late. I'm not gonna stand by and do nothing.
I shook his hand off mine and darted forward, hearing his footsteps chase behind me.
Asuka! Oh, God damn it, wait!
I raced into the courtyard and... Please don't... It's Taka, isn't it? It's Taka?
No.
I don't want to click it. It's Taka. Is it Taka? Is it Taka? It's Taka, isn't it? No. 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 Goodbye. No. Adios. See ya. Goodbye. Why? Why does it happen every single time? No. No. It is... I knew it. I knew it was Taka. As soon as he stopped her and said that she shouldn't go in and see it, I knew it was him. And I hate it. Because Taka is my favorite character and now I'm upset. I knew it. Every time I'm like, yeah, I like this character, they die. So that's usually how it goes. And I noticed, like, I know in the original Danganronpa Antebellum, Taka died also. He was one of the two victims in chapter 3. And I can't help but notice it's his death this time is also a little bit similar. He's in the water again, but this time he seems to be burned. No. No, I don't like it. I don't want to do it anymore. I knew it. I knew it. I'm so upset. It's Taka. No, he was crying.
He's not.
I'm sad.
He can't be. He just. He. Taka. Taka. Not you. No. Anyone. But you.
Hello? No.
So, you just write on them with those big fancy brushes?
You don't just write on them. You write wishes, goals, things you want for the future. Pretty fun tradition, huh? They say if you hang it on the bamboo branches, there's a chance your wish will get granted.
Does it work?
Guess you'll have to give it a go yourself and find out. Here, you try writing one.
Let's see here. Ta-da! I'm done!
I wish to be friends with Sugi forever.
What do you think? Think it'll get granted?
Depends if they can read your big clunky handwriting.
Well, I, for one, hope it gets granted. Because the happiest I've ever been is as your friend.
You don't need wishes to keep being my friend, silly. 'Cause we're not the type of friends who give up on each other, okay?
No. No, thank you. I don't like it. No, thank you. Okay. So this is happening because I actually... I don't have the second half. I don't have Deadly Life downloaded. So I only had up to Daily Life. I have to go download Deadly Life. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to. At least not right now. I'm very upset. I knew they were going to kill off Taka. I knew it was going to happen. I just hoped it wouldn't happen this early because I feel like it's not going to be the same without him. I don't like the other characters nearly as much as I liked him. Let's be honest. There are some characters who, you know, who are still here that aren't nearly as fun. But I suppose that's the point. Yeah, I am going to end this part here. Obviously, I have to. I don't have Deadly Life installed. So I will download Deadly Life and hopefully play it next week or so. I hope. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not very happy because it's Taka. So I knew it. I knew Taka was going to die. I just hoped that it wouldn't be this early on because it is only chapter 2. So there's still a lot left. Though I don't think there's a full 6 chapters. I think we're like halfway done. But still, I had hoped Taka would live through it, but I knew he wouldn't. I have no idea who did it. It seemed like he was lying down on like a cloth and he was burned. But I don't know. We'll find out more during the investigation, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. There are two people are dead. So I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but we will find out next time. And I will see you then. Bye-bye. I wanted to come back and say that if you are struggling the way that Molly or Maiko was struggling. I just want to say that, you know, it's okay to get help, and it's okay to need help. It's okay to accept help. Those kind of thoughts and feelings, they don't just disappear because you decide, oh, I don't want to think that way anymore, so I'm not going to. Like, that doesn't happen. And sometimes you need to reach out and you need to find help and you need to find something to live for, I suppose, is the best way to put it. It's okay for that to even be a tiny thing. Like, oh, I want to have, you know, a certain meal or something the next day, and that's something. And then you be like, oh, but I want to, you know, see the snow for next Christmas. Like, small things can lead up to bigger things, but it's not something that can be done, you know, completely by yourself, I suppose. And what I just want to say here at this ending part is that if you are struggling, please reach out. Please seek help, because the world needs you in it, is what I want to say. The world needs you in it. You are here for a reason, and you deserve to be here. Stay well and stay safe.